boyfriend, with your husband, with your boss, with your girlfriend, with your daughter, with your father, when you want to have a dialogue, what
think
happens?
the experience, at least for me, is we're stuck to our own perspectives.
Right.
We want other people to see ours.
Right. And how does that feel?
Are usually not understood, depending on who the conversation with. If there's understanding, it's great. But if it's not, then you don't feel understood or listened to.
Right. You don't feel understood or listened to. Right. Okay. Someone else?
Just now,
yeah, Jayashree, please.
Yeah, just now I was having a conversation with a student, and it all went everywhere. And she was like, I didn't get enough classes, and whatever I was telling her, her experience was so different. So different. And I also told her none of my other students had that experience. And then I took a step back because she had gone to one coaching center. I had bad experience, and she was putting that here. And when I got that, I just stopped. And I told her, yes, I'm going to give you 2 more months to pay the remaining. Not like after every class is over. I won't do that, but I'll give you 2 months. And then I kind of got into her world, but I saw it was getting messed up. And I was not willing to accept all that she said. That is not me. That is not us. That was what was coming up. And then when I got her world at a certain moment that she already had a bad experience, I thought she just has the entire thing. We also look like them. And then I got that, I may think I look some way, but I don't look that way to others. So that was such a revelation for me.
Yeah, and while both people had different perspectives, the conversation was probably more debate than dialogue.
What did you say? More?
Debate than dialogue.
Yes, absolutely. Right? Debate. Absolutely, yes.
More debate. And when the conversation was debate, how are you feeling?
I felt she's a fool,
Yeah, you were getting angry, irritated.
Yeah. And
frustrated. Like there are feelings. You really have human feelings, right? At that time.
Yes. I think by with taking a step back and getting into a world, not giving in. I didn't say I will pay you after I finish all the coaching. I said, you can pay after 2 months. That she's due to pay today. She wanted to delay it. I allowed that, but I also took a stand. And I also told her this 2 months will change your experience, or you'll also want to pay me, So that also was, but I just saw the world. How I sit in the world I am in, it may not be the world the other person is.
Yeah.
Great,
Jayashree. Thank you for sharing that. Somebody else, how was your experience when you want to have dialogue with people? You want to have a dialogue with people. You want to talk to people to produce results that are important to you in your life, to your business, or other people want to produce results in their life and they want to talk to you. What happens when you have a dialogue? When you talk to them, what happens? What's your experience?
Hello, Vivek sir. How are you?
Ji, boliye Ritu.
Yeah, thank you. So usually what I have experienced is there is lack of empathy. हर कोई चाहता है कि the people in front should listen, but मुझे लगता है कि it's the first step is me. I need to listen them first. Listening doesn't mean ki only words. Sometimes when people are shouting, they are trying to communicate something. Sometimes when they're silent, they're also trying to communicate something. It's the thing that we need to listen first.
Whoa, that is very good. That's the next topic. But just to ask you, what is the experience?
मुझे लगता है
when you are struggling to have a conversation with someone.
Yeah, it's very frustrating kind of thing. I mean, I'm trying to create some empathy, but the person in front is not ready to get that empathy.
Right.
It's like I'm trying to enter some world, but there's cops standing there and they're not allowing us to get into it.
Right. Yeah, someone else. Look at your life. Look at what you are dealing with.
Veena here, Vivek.
Yes, Veena.
What is my experience is I really don't want to talk actually.
Very good.
अरे यार बोलना है अभी like that. क्या सुनना है बोलना है communicate करना है. It is not like that want to communicate. It is not there. अरे यार communicate करना है बोलना है. It's lot of pain or sadness or something like that. So not good feeling.
Yeah, you should look at that. Look at it. I don't want to talk to people.
I don't want to talk to people. Yes.
Right? And there are certain types of people you don't want to talk to. There are
Yeah.
certain environments in which you don't want to talk to people.
Yeah.
And in those environments, the downloading will be in 3 categories:
Okay.
judgment, cynicism, fear.
Yeah.
What is the judgment or cynicism or fear with those people?
Judgment, cynicism is some talk, that is a cynicism. No vision, nothing. Some talk will happen which may not be useful. Why to talk? That is a cynicism. Fear is whether they may hurt me or I'll hurt them.
Very good. They may hurt me, I may hurt them. You
Some
better
talk
not
of
to.
mine. Yeah, relationship may break. Some talk of mine hurt them. They
Yes.
they may misinterpret and I may misinterpret. Out of
Very
that,
good.
they may get hurt, I may get hurt.
Very good. And this downloading is not something that is new. It's been there for many years.
Yeah.
You must have had experience like this in the past where you spoke to somebody, they spoke to you, and somebody got hurt.
Yeah.
Right? So suddenly once it's happened, twice it happened, thrice it happened. Now I don't even want to talk, forget dialogue.
Forget about empathy,
dialogue is
empathy, all that things forget.
gone. Yeah.
That is just happening as a strategy, what I can
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Just some
Very good.
formula I'm using and trying to do something which is not actually genuinely, heartily I'm not doing.
Yeah.
That's what I can.
But if you want to achieve, and this is for everybody, this is not just for me now. If you want to get some results in your life, you need to talk to people, right?
Yes.
If you want to achieve anything in your life, in your business, in your career, in your family, if you want to accomplish anything, you've got to talk to people. Whether the person is your child, whether the person is your partner, your friend, your parent, your cousin, your brother, your sister, whoever you need to talk to people in your life to achieve results. Imagine you never spoke to anybody in your life. What would you do?
No life, no talk. No talk, no life.
Right? You need to get in communication, but then dialogue is a big challenge.
Harder, very hard.
Dialogue is a big challenge. So now I got half the screen of people not participating or at least having their videos off. So if you could keep your videos on, so I know we are interacting. So till now, whatever we've covered, is there any question? Or whatever we've just seen till now, in people sharing their experience of trying to have a dialogue with someone, that there are so many things that are happening that just don't allow dialogue to happen. Any questions from that? No? Okay, so I'm going to share the screen and see what is it going to take to get from debate or from keeping quiet to dialogue. And then, of course, next level is co-creating. But we want to move from debate to dialogue, right? So how are we going to do that? So we're looking at the whole listening distinction. So this is something you all know, so I'm not going to read the whole thing, but just remember, when you're downloading, you're in your own world, you're in your head. And all you can hear is what your head is telling you, what your brain is telling you, what your interpretations, habits tell you, your opinions and judgments tell you. That's all you hear. When you open your mind, you go to the window and watch what is going on outside. You notice differing data, new data, disconfirming data. When you open your heart, you go and stand in the place of the other. and you look from their eyes. What is it that they're seeing? And of course, the highest level of listening is to go into the stakeholders, all the stakeholders' places, and see it from all the spaces, not just from one person's eyes, but see from various perspectives. Go all around the boundary of that issue and find all kinds of information where new possibilities can arise, new ideas can arise. So when it comes to having a dialogue, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening to your listening?
We get diverted. I mean, the proper context is lost. This is what happens with me usually.
And what diverts you? What's the conversation? What's the thought?
I get lost with the conversation. I mean, I should stick with what I want to create, but I get lost with the person in front of me. What he is saying, I just get dipped down at what the person is saying, and I'm then lost. But I didn't come back return.
So now watch the words you use. You keep saying, I get lost. Right? Now, again, look again and see. There is no lost. You're there only, no? You haven't gotten lost anywhere. So what's actually happening at that time? The other person is saying something. Is it that you stop paying attention? Or is it that suddenly there is too much information? What's going on at that point?
I lose track. I mean, the context I try to create, that I lose that hold on the track.
So what you try to create a context, you're saying, but there's another person speaking to you. So can you say something more about that?
See, I mean, with a continuous conversation, what I find that the main context that I really want to come out with, that is lost. And after some time, I realized, oh, this was the thing I need to talk about, but this I didn't talk. So the conversation is not that meaningful and output oriented, you know. I mean,
So let me repeat what you said. So you go with an intention, with a context, and when you get engaged in their conversation, you forget about your context. You forget that that was the context, and you get swayed by all the things that the other person says. You forget.
yeah.
Okay, I got that, Ritu. I got that. Somebody else? What happens to you when you're in conversations? Look at all the levels of listening. What happens to you? Hey, this is your turn to talk, okay?
Sometimes I know the person, I'm wary of what will that lead me to, you know? And then I have to just let go because I find the other person is being quite plain. So I have so many experience with the same person.
Right.
And then there's, yeah.
You're very, like, you mean you're afraid of something will happen?
Yeah, they're going to kind of twist things and, you know.
And the cynicism is that they are going to twist things anyway because of your past experience.
Yes.
Right. And that's already there.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's some, and that downloading makes you feel some way. How do you feel when that downloading is going on?
Right, various emotions. It depends, like sometimes disappointed that when will they learn? When will they get me? You know, blame. So I'm disappointed. And then I'm very righteous, you know.
Yeah, but look, that's what you become. Righteous is what you become. I want you to be in the experience of you're wary, you're afraid.
Yeah, true.
Just remember, when the downloading starts, the fear takes over.
Yeah.
I'm only asking you to experience the fear, that moment you had, experience that.
And also, Vivek, there are some relationships where when the person is getting me all wrong, I can stand there with no fear and no barrier and keep talking, and we will still have a great conversation. You know, I can argue on and on, but I don't have that with everybody.
Yes.
I have some relationship like that.
Yeah. So now what's the distinction here? What's different? With some people,
Yeah.
There's downloading, there's wariness, there is cynicism,
Yeah.
right? There's judgment, cynicism, fear. That's there with those people.
Yeah.
And then there are these other people. And guess what's not there with those other people?
I mean, there is nothing like, I'm not downloading about them. I can create.
Right.
Yeah.
There is no judgment, cynicism, fear at that moment.
Yes.
And then how do you feel at that moment?
It's all good. Like,
Right. There's calmness,
yeah.
there's freedom.
And my friend I'm talking about is Nalini Kilara.
Yes.
And she can talk a lot, but I'm not afraid of her.
Yes.
I can still be with her,
Yes.
but I don't have that with everybody.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. And there's something to learn from that. Actually, for everyone to learn from that, like identify who are the people with whom I have some fear, where I have some downloading, where I have some cynicism, where I have past bad experiences.
Yeah.
You know, if you identify them, you can then do something about it. By the way, it's not them, it's the downloading. Your experience, how you feel, is given by the cynicism and by the fear. And you can live your whole life for living with fear forever, but here there's a big opportunity here. And the big opportunity is, hey, can I suspend my downloading? Like for magic of dialogue, imagine you have to talk to that person with whom you always have arguments. How can I have a dialogue with that person? Now, why I'm bringing this up for each one of you is in your business, in your life, who are the most important people in your life? Who are the most important stakeholders? That's what's important. Because it's with those guys, mostly the downloading is going on. Somebody else, let's take one more sharings.
I feel when I make the dialogue with anyone, means when I talk.
When I talk to someone, right, I have already once or twice already had a talk with him. I had already done the empathy walk with him. That's how we are always just talking as a friendly, and whatever concerns we have, we just openly we face. And most of the times when I'm dealing with the people who are, I'll be participant coaching them. So when I just create that empathy walk, and I know everything what they are going through, and they know everything about me, and then we start coaching, and then we are just like friends, and they will share everything they really want, and I'll provide whatever they need, and they are so happy and so empowered, so that all the communication becomes really pleasing for both of us.
Fabulous. Yeah. If you can get away from downloading, if you can be in the world of empathy, open heart, open mind, open will, then you don't have a problem in having a dialogue.
Yeah, that's why.
Very good. Thank you for sharing, Srikanth. Yes, Vikas, you were sharing.
Yes. So when I talk with someone, I feel that that person should agree with my opinion. If someone person is telling different, then for me it is very discomfortable. And it's
Yes.
But
And what is the downloading at that time? What is the judgment? What is the cynicism? What is the fear?
the downloading, it depends situation to situation. Means sometimes I feel this person is like this only, and he will by any way he will come to this conclusion, and he will somehow try to convince me in this way.
Very good. So cynical. So one is cynicism. He is like this only.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any fear at that time? Is that person that you just identified? You know who the person is, right?
Yeah.
He's a real person.
Yes, correct.
Now, with that person, is there any fear you have? Can he harm you? or she harm you?
Yeah, fear means first fear is that person will may make some issues for me for my work or something like this. This kind of fear is also there, or otherwise that
Yes,
person will have a different opinion about me, not in
right.
the good for me. I'm particularly talking about my boss
Yes,
in
yes.
workplace. So the I want to be the good books also, but it is just a talk nice kind of thing, no, no, not saying
Yes.
the straight or correct thing, but just somebody is the boss, we have to hear him like a honest and obedient person. So it's like a just looking good, nothing else.
Very good, Vikas. Very important to notice that in that relationship, there is the fear, there's a whole desire to be in his good books, and you're worried that he can harm you in terms of your growth, in terms of your existence in the organization. So now your whole focus is on making sure that you are safe.
Yes,
Your attention, there is no dialogue possible. This downloading, there is no dialogue possible.
yes, correct.
Now, if you have to live like this for another 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, how old are you?
40 years.
You're 40, so at least 20 years more you'll be working.
Yes.
And 20 more years you're going to live in this fear.
Yeah, it is not not desirable.
And how is the experience? Do you enjoy it?
No, not definitely not.
You know, most of us men, we suppress these experiences. We try and avoid experiencing that experience because it's traumatic, it's horrible, it's painful. That all the time, tomorrow I am going to go back to work and he's going to be there, and again I am going to be afraid and I'm going to have all this downloading.
Correct.
Now, is your downloading wrong? No. Is it right? No, it's downloading. Very important for all of us to get is that in every relationship, this downloading is just downloading. It's happening automatically. The other person has not contributed yet. Right? And he really may be a bad person also, evil person. All those people in your life or stakeholder, your boss, your wife, your husband, are all basically evil people. Your children, who all you struggle to talk to, all evil people. But just remember, your downloading is going on. There is no chance the other guy has, the other person has.
Yes.
And then that's the thing to catch first. That's the first step. Can I catch my downloading? Can I notice, hey, this is my downloading. This is what it's giving me. Yes, Upma.
Yeah, Vivek.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm
What are
sorry.
you getting in this conversation?
I'm getting present to my downloading and all the evils I have created.
Yeah. The fears, the cynicism. Like you want to have a dialogue, but this downloading is going on. I'm
One
not
thing-
saying your downloading is wrong. I am not saying. If I have to have a conversation, I'm married for 30 years. And me and my wife, when we talk, last 30 years, the experiences, we always argue. But then I hadn't learned all these techniques, right? And when I learned this principle that, listen, my downloading is going on. Okay? I'm like, she's not going to get what I'm going to say. She's going to not get it. She's going to get angry. She's going to, I've got all that stuff in my head. I have to find a way to listen to her. At least just listen to her point of view. I don't have to agree with it. I don't have to disagree with it, but I have to find some way to listen to her. So what do I do with my downloading? For some time in my head, I just say, okay, just let me listen to her. I have to find in my head some way to just let that downloading be for some time and focus on what she's saying. And when I'm talking to, and by the way, I'm doing work with her, we are designing programs together. So she's there, then another lady is there. Now there are two women I have to talk to. Now my downloading is, 4 times it's gone up. Right? Now, what I'm telling you is, I'm sharing with you is that I find some way to say, hold on, I know you think you know everything, but listen to what they have to say. I know everything, but let me listen to what they have to say. Maybe they have something valuable to say. Maybe what they have to say is valid. So in my head, I am practicing, the word written in the document is suspend your downloading, suspend your voice of judgment. Yes, redirect your attention to what they are saying and to see from their eyes. That is open heart. To redirect your attention from your cynicism to see from their eyes. And then the last one, have the courage to let go of what you think is the only right point of view. Have the courage. So in these conversations, when I'm having with people, I'm finding some way in my head to say, okay, I've got this point of view. I'm not giving it up. I'm not buying anything that they have to say. I'm listening. I'm listening with an open mind. So I need to find some way to suspend, to keep my downloading somewhere at the back so that I can pay attention with my head, with my brain to what they have to say. What are you getting from this? Whatever I shared.
See, I'm also experiencing something similar, Vivek, that I would say 50% of the time I'm present to that I'm downloading right now and I'm reacting. And other 50% or 40% times when I observe that I was able to suspend downloading. Currently that is my situation. So
yeah, Opa, don't go there. This is not an exam on how well you are performing. This is not an exam to find out whether you did 50% downloading or 40% or 20%. That's irrelevant. When that other person is speaking to me in a raised voice and they are being right about something and they're getting irritated also, can I suspend my downloading and listen to what they have to say without judging them, by seeing from their eyes at that moment? Can I do that? How can I do that? So Upa, from what I'm sharing with you right now, what are you seeing? Maybe you could try on.
the courage to suspend my downloading at the peak of a situation or an argument.
Yes. Can I do that? That it's okay for arguments to happen. When I was small, I was told arguments are not good. Then I became a little bigger and I saw my father and mother talk. Guess what I saw? What did you see when you saw your parents in action?
Arguments.
Arguments, man. What else, yeah? Then you got married. Guess what happened after that? Before marriage, so you didn't have the guts to argue because you wanted to patao that fellow or felly, whatever it was. You wanted to, hook that person by hook or by crook. Then you married that person. You fuss out that person. Now, that person has now suddenly got wings and they have got mouth. And now they are arguing back with you. What happens? That's when we stop listening. That's when we fall back in the trap of downloading and we don't have the muscle, the practice of suspending at that time. We have not ever practiced it. And the only way to practice is to practice and fail and practice and fail and practice and fail. And during the argument is going on and you're getting angry and you want to give it back and you give it also. And then you say, okay, I'll stop fighting. Let me listen again. It's like you will go through a roller coaster with that person. But I promise you, guess what is at the end of the tunnel after the roller coaster? Guess what is at the end of the tunnel? They will experience what? Come on. What will they experience? If they will experience empathy, yeah.
Being listened to.
They will experience that you listen to them. You got what they had to say. They will experience that you did not invalidate them or what they said. They will experience that. Guess what will happen to your relationship? There will be some magic returning in that relationship. There will be some power coming back in that relationship. And it could be with your boss, it could be with your spouse, it could be with your child, it could be with anybody in your life. But when you be at it, that because that downloading is very, very, very critical to suspend for anything to happen. We are not even going to dialogue right now. I'm just starting with the first step. Must have a breakthrough in being able to find somehow, can I listen to them? Can I get their point of view? Can I hold their point of view without putting it down? I'll tell you what happens sometimes. They say nasty things to us. You're like that only. By the way, they will tell you this. Their cynicism will come out of their mouth. And you don't have to do anything to it. You just have to hold it. You don't have to treat it like somebody vomited on you. It's not like somebody vomited. Something has come out of their mouth. Just leave, hold it, keep it, give it space, let it be. Get some more out of them. And what are the three things that you have learned in that to practice? Curiosity, compassion, and courage. Same situation. You're practicing what? Curiosity, compassion, courage. What's opening up? Yeah.
Just want to share one meeting happened today with one of our very prestigious customer and along with one of our partner. And due to something, the customer CEO said, I think there is a personal benefit that you guys are working on, and that's why you did this. He told this to our partner, and the partner got infuriated like an allegation, right? He said, sir, you cannot say that, there's no personal benefit. Like that, he started saying that. So I told the partner, I said, look here, what he said is that he thinks there is a personal benefit, and that's what he's saying. That's all he said. He didn't say what he's saying is true. And this man suddenly got alert, and then the communication did not go in the direction. Otherwise, it would have been very bad, because it's like this guy it's an allegation. They would have fought actually like that,
Yes.
And then the whole thing went to a different direction. To the customer said, yes, that's what my personal feeling is. I'm not telling it right. I have that feeling. I thought I'll share.
Yes.
So then in the WhatsApp, I told this man, look, at least you allowed him to share that, right? He's sharing it openly. If you had not allowed him to share, you would have covertly been actually accusing you, thinking of you. At least he shared that and it's gone, right?
Yes.
So I'm just sharing this point of view that I was like just noticing how the other person got impacted by what he said, like a truth, and then wanted to go in other direction, but luckily it didn't happen in the meeting.
Yeah, and see, because you are the third person out there, you could see it.
Yeah.
For the person who is being told on their body, in their face,
yeah,
it's different, no?
Yeah, and at the same time, I had a conversation later with one other I told you in the beginning.
Yes.
I got completely, threatened by my so-called interpretation that she is manipulating me, and I blasted her.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like that. Because when it's saying directly to you, you just react. You're a human being. You don't have SK with you to save you at that point, right?
And the other thing I just want to share is that 3 days ago, last Monday, my wife had taken off and we sat and we just started talking, and there was some kind of incompletion between both of us, and like we were little apart experientially. And normally nobody will see, but we knew experientially we were not connected. And we started speaking, and it went 4 years before, like 2017 onwards, and we saw we had drifted like this. And then we shared, including emotions, and I shared my emotion, what I went through and all that. My experience is I was down there in a pit, okay, like really a pit, and she saw that. She was like shocked, but oh my God, you've been so much impacted. I'm like, yeah, I'm impacted. And she got impacted. And then after almost 1 hour of conversation, we said, what we experienced, and she said, whatever that is. Then she said, now what? And I said, now what? That's what. So that was what I experienced. That's what you experienced. And there was nothing to deal with whatever we shared. And then suddenly my experience was we came back together like we were married some 27 years ago.
Yeah.
To the degree that the next day morning I was in the gym and I felt like running back. Gym is in my home only, first floor. I just wanted to go down immediately as soon as the gym gets over, no, 1 hour, like that. The separation is not okay, even for that 1 hour, no?
Yeah.
So that kind of narmi bolte na, the narmi in the relationship only came back. But that was magical because we just listen as what is being communicated. That's another breakthrough.
And that's really great, SK. And for you, it's 4 years. For some people, it's 40 years and 20 years and 10 years. So that's why their conversation will be 4 hours, 8 hours, like that, just to get that completion to happen.
Yeah, the truth is, I didn't even know it was 4 years ago. It was like that. Somewhere it was born and it was all piled up. And
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Thank you for sharing, SK. Yes, what's opening up for you guys just from this conversation? Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Dhiman, yeah, Veena.
What I saw was when you said, like, when you give a space for other person and listen to them, being empathetic. My download was, I understand for them, like my parents, whomever, I am there, but for me, who? That was there. आपके लिए तो मैं हूँ, मेरे लिए कौन? That was always there. I got presented that is download. So it got dropped. That's one thing. And whatever you are saying, it is sinking in. That's what I can sense. It may like sink in and let me hear from others.
And if you could let go of these downloadings, then who all could you talk to?
Everyone. Actually, I love to talk. I love to listen.
You can get to know more people, get connected to more people. Yes. You can have better relationships with people. Yes. All that is possible only if you talk to them.
Yes.
But because of this downloading, because of this fear, you kept yourself away and only go where you think it is safe.
Yes. And yes, one more
and
thing.
You found 5 people in your life who are safe, 3 people, 5 people who are safe.
Yes, maybe 10 maximum. Yes.
Right, and then you're just roaming around with those 5-10 people because that's a safe space.
Yes.
Outside of those 5-10, what is there? They're all monsters.
Yeah, not they monster. I can see my downloading is I'm always in a fighting mode. I am in a fighting mode. Forget about them.
But fighting with whom? Who do you fight with?
Whomever they are talking, my first expression is reaction. I can sense that fighting, downloading in, somewhere reaction, fight happens.
Yeah, you've got a very bad opinion about yourself.
Okay.
You have an opinion about yourself that I am like this.
Yes.
So in dialogue, there's one step is to get to see the perception that you have about others.
Yeah.
But when we are doing a new program, it's called Transforming Self. It's going to come out very, very quickly. I think in February, 19th or 20th, we're going to have a new program. It's called Transforming Self. In that program, you really need to let go of your relationship with yourself. You're downloading about yourself.
Yeah.
See,
Like-
you are not only downloading what they are going to say, you got a downloading, I am like this only.
Yes.
Right? And if you are like this, do you like that person?
No, I hate.
See, if you don't like this person, Veena, who is going to like Veena?
Yes.
If you don't like you, who is going to like you?
Yeah.
Right? So it's a double whammy. One, you have downloading about them, no dialogue. Then you have downloading about yourself. So, finished. This is suicide.
Yeah.
Good, hold on to it.
Yeah.
This is, there's nothing to do except own it up, be responsible for it. Don't make yourself wrong for it. Don't beat yourself up for it. Just hold it, okay?
Yeah.
There's somebody else who is going to share something. What are you saying?
Yes, Vivek. There are many people with whom I don't communicate, and my cynicism about them is they won't listen. They are stick to their point of view. And during this conversation, I am realizing that I am also stick to my point of view, and I'm not open to listen to their point of view. I know that what they are saying is wrong, and they are influenced by other people, and they are not open. But I can see I'm also not open. And one more thing I notice is I relocated to this society where I am living 4 years back. And initially I had a conversation with so many people, and later I realized that some of them are not good. So now I have this feeling, or this restrictions on me. If I'll relocate to any other position, any other locations, I won't be open. I'll first find it out how the people are. So I'll not. So that thing is already with me, and I don't know where I will go, but still that's is with me.
Yeah, and where will you go? Where there will be no human beings?
Yes, there will be human beings, and
And there also judgment, cynicism, fear will come.
Yes.
It will come wherever you go.
Yes, and I can. I have many incidents where I have overcome this judgment, and magic has been created in those areas.
Yes. And the only way to start is one by one. Just one by one. Anything for you guys? Dimant, Prabha, Weng, anything for you, Om,
Hello, sir.
from this conversation?
All right. So, sir, with this, what I find very relatable is the situation I was in last year, where things were very rough with my family. I had a lot of, arguments with my dad. And right now, I think I'm finding it a little less relatable, because I think I'm in that phase where I've decided to just let go. I've had this phase of getting really frustrated when you say there's a lot of cynicism being thrown out, right? So I'm at this phase where I understand that not everybody is going to get you, not everybody is going to see you the way you are. So I feel that suspending those thoughts, where I would like to see someone, I would like someone to see me in the light that I see myself, is not going to happen. So I made my peace with it, and I'm okay with it. So
Yeah, but there's no dialogue anymore.
right. Mm-hmm.
There's no dialogue with your family.
Yes, sir, there isn't. Yeah.
Right. And you said, I made my peace with it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. In another person's perspective, it could be you're resigned and cynical. There's nothing possible there now.
Right. So yes.
Right. You've given up that there's any possibility for us to have a decent conversation.
Yes.
It's not a very good gift to give to your dad and mom.
Right, sir. Yes.
Right? Tomorrow you will have children and they will say, Dimant, Dad, we have decided that there is no, we have made our peace. There is no point having a conversation with you because you think you're always right. If they said that to you, how would you feel?
I don't know, sir. It's a very,
Yeah, this is a challenge. This is the challenge in your life. This is you could say, a problem in your life where somehow it's just impossible to have a decent conversation, a dialogue with certain people who are very important to you. You care about them. Yes, there are very, very important people in my life and I can't talk to them. It's not because of them. It's because of my dialogue in my head that I cannot get what they are saying. Anything they say, I have a judgment for it.
Right.
Correct? And my judgment is kind of reactive. I'm reactivated. I'm getting angry, irritated. Can I just calm down and find some space to practice curiosity and compassion to understand why they feel the way they feel? What is it that they are really worried about? What is it that they really care about? Why are they even talking that? What is their fear? What is the cynicism they have? After all, they are human beings, right? They have a lot of input going into their head and then that input somehow becomes mishmash and then they come up with some judgment, right?
Right, sir.
Just like that, you also got lots of mishmash and you came up with a judgment. इनसे तो कभी बात हो नहीं सकती. I can never talk to these guys.
Yes.
Right?
Right, sir.
Both are valid. Those are valid judgments. But they are not the truth. And they don't allow for dialogue ever. Now, how do you have dialogue with the same people?
Right, sir. I haven't really tried, sir.
You will not even try because
yes.
We are saying suspend your judgment and redirect your attention from your cynicism to see from their eyes.
Yes.
आप ऐसा क्यों सोचते हैं? And I'm not talking politics. I'm just talking about normal real life issues. You can even go to politics if you want to, but maybe that gets a little hot. But normal conversations in the family, we just don't get their world. They don't even think that we get their world. And they don't get our world. They don't get your world. Because actually that open mind, open heart is not there. So dialogue cannot happen.
Right, sir.
So like I was sharing with you, my experience was I can never have a good conversation with my wife because we are always having different views and then it always ends up in a fight. So I was like you, koi fayda nahi hai, there's no point, better not get into the conversation. But then the task came upon that I had to design a program for Walmart with her. I had to design a program for Bosch with her. I had to design a program for Aditya Birla Group with her. Now, how do I design the program with her? I've got to listen to her point of view, right?
Right.
And I have to share my point of view. And it can't be a compromise. So what happens, Dimant, is when you suspend your downloading and cynicism and you start engaging and try and understand and listen to their point of view, slowly the conversation moves to dialogue. And then it moves to co-creation. That something new gets created with the two people. So if you could find some way to put aside that downloading and fear and anger and irritation, you somehow put it back in your mind somewhere and say, "Acha, tu 1 minute, ruk ja. Hold on." And engage and engage and engage. And the temper will go up and down and rona, dhona and everything will happen. But you stay engaged. At some point, dialogue will start. And at some point, co-creation will happen. And that's when you will experience they heard you, and they will experience you heard them.
Right. Yes, sir.
And if you don't do it in this lifetime, guess what? Next lifetime. Karma is going to follow you, no? कितने दिन भागेगा? There's nowhere to go. There's only right now, and this is where you are in your life. This is it, and this is the time to get in touch with the people in your life and engage in a conversation with them by only doing one thing: suspend your downloading and redirect your attention to just to see what is it that they have to say and see from their eyes. And it doesn't happen in one sentence or two sentences. It happens with many questions. Papa, aap aisa kyun bol rahe ho? Why did you say that? Why do you feel that way? Could you tell me some more? I'm not clear. I have a different perspective, but I want to understand your perspective. I want to understand why you think that. And he may have got information from WhatsApp. He may have got information from anywhere. Somebody may have conned him, whatever, but get all the information from him. Let him feel you listen to him. Then you can come up with 20 chapters, 4 evidences, and then you could place in him that this evidence you had, this is what is okay in it, this is not okay in it. And then you can engage in a conversation. But with your strong stakeholders, that's the conversation to have. That's how deep you need to get with them. Did you get that?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I hope I'm making sense to you guys. So then the next stop is to get into the fields of conversation. Like there is a field now. In that area where you are having conversations with people, there is some field with your parents, with your spouse, with your boss. There's a field. And most of you can identify with this field, downloading, talking nice, just saying whatever looks good, just conforming, not getting into any trouble. Then there is the field which is debate, and some of you are very used to it with your spouse, with certain people in your life that you talk tough with them, you say whatever you feel like, and you confront each other. But at the end of it, there's a war. Basically, at the end of the conversation, you're angry with each other, and then you get apart for a while. There's nothing gets created. So dialogue. Dialogue means reflective inquiry. You are inquiring. If you are in a dialogue, you are inquiring. And you're not inquiring like a police person. You're inquiring like a friend. You're inquiring like a partner. You're speaking from seeing yourself as part of the whole. I am part of the team. Please see this word, seeing myself as part of the whole. Me and my father, one family. Me and my mother, family. Me and my wife, family. Me and my child, my family. Me and my boss, my team. We are together, we are one. Identify yourself with the other as your part and their part. You're together. Whatever you will create together. Whatever you will destroy together. If you don't have dialogue, you're not going to create anything. Like Manoj said in the workshop, it's cancer. Talking nice is happening. There's no point. So if I see myself part of the whole, I am part of this team, then what will I do? I'll inquire. I will inquire. You will ask questions. Who? What? When? Where? How? Why? Put these questions in your bag. Who? What? When? Where? How? And very rarely use why. Why can be asked, but rarely. The other questions can be asked many times. Why should be asked very rarely, because why becomes sometimes confronting as a question. Okay, why should I answer you? Why? If you do that, then it becomes a problem. But you could ask a question like, why do you feel that way? Why do you feel that it's impossible to have a conversation with your whoever, your stakeholder, your father, your brother, your husband? Why? You can ask that question, but as an inquiry, reflective inquiry. I want to understand, I want to be able to see what they see. That perspective, getting their perspective allows for dialogue. Okay? So very important, it's 8:30, we've got half an hour left. I'd like you to identify 3 people in your life, 3 important stakeholders. Could be anybody at work, in your personal life, your friend, your coach. Could be anybody who you want to have a conversation with, you want to have a deep, long conversation with whom up till now you still see that there is a gap, there is some barrier. Could you write down their names? Your boss, your colleague, your old friend, your cousin, your parents. So now identify, question for you, what is it that I need to let go of? What is it that I need to do in my relationship with them? You have many, many things to practice. Suspend your judgment. Redirect your attention to see from their eyes. Of course, courage. Curiosity, compassion, courage. You got that. Okay? And then reflective inquiry. So out of all these principles that we've spoken about, what are the things you need to practice with each one of them? I'll share the screen with you. Okay? Yes. Yes, Kaushik.
Actually, what I need to let go of is like when I have a opinion about somebody, I just need to recognize it as an opinion, not as a fact. Like every
Right.
time. So if I recognize that when I'm having it, at least I have a choice to do something about it or not be influenced by it.
Right. And what do you need to practice?
Practice that in the whenever I'm having these downloads or at that time I need to recognize them as downloads and then just kind of be with it.
So if you let that downloading be,
Yeah,
you still aren't listening.
I'm still not listening.
Yeah. You're still not listening to them. All you have done is you said, okay, this is my downloading. Okay, this is my downloading. You're still looking at your downloading.
I'm busy looking at the downloading and not
You're
hearing.
still saying, yeah, this is my downloading. I have downloading. You have to let your downloading be and then listen.
Yes.
Now, if the other person is not talking, how can you listen?
By asking questions.
Very, very important. Very, very important.
by
If
starting.
you don't ask 100 questions, 20 questions, 10 questions, 30 questions, and you have to ask questions from curiosity as well as from compassion. Like if you, in your own experience, you have done empathy walks, yes? All of you have done some empathy walk? Yes? When you're doing empathy walk, what happens?
I just look at the same conversation from both point of view.
Very good. You have your downloading, which is your point of view, and you are asking questions to hear what is their point of view. So when you're listening to their point of view, what have you done to your point of view?
It's still there.
It's still there. It's parked there. You found somehow to get their point of view. You put your attention to see their point of view from their eyes. Suppose you don't understand what they are saying.
Oh, then I definitely have to ask them again.
Again, you have to ask. Yeah, I am not understanding why you're saying that. Fabulous. Right? And that's when the dialogue starts.
Yeah.
Can you get that? That's where the magic starts.
Mm.
That, okay, this is why the person thinks that. And it could be anybody in your family, your customer, anybody. You will find that they have something to say and they have something that's in their mind and they are afraid of telling you.
Yeah.
Because they are also downloading. We are asking you to help others also give up their downloading.
And that is my space, actually. It's not even their space.
It's all in your space. They have not done the workshop yet.
Their downloading is still in my space. I am causing it somehow.
Yeah.
By reacting to. Actually, last week I had a great, some conversation in the parents' meeting. They were saying that your daughter is not following discipline, not doing in a disciplined way. She's just 5, and then she's not ready for the next first standard or something. And I said, okay, we'll work on the discipline part of it. And I came home. I was having a conversation. I'm actually watching a movie, the story thing. And then she was asking this question about bad people. All bad people are Rakshas and all good people are angels. Like kind of, that's a conversation that we actually see in the movies and all. And she was asking, why are bad people bad? And I said, bad people are people who are most of the time bad, but they also are good at sometimes. And good people are most of the time good, but they also sometimes go bad. And then they said, and then see, like I go bad when I get angry. And she said, if you're good, why will you ever get angry? Now, I don't know what should I tell? Like, I thought the kids don't understand much because they're kids. And I was really shocked. Abhi, wo mera guru ki that line, actually, I never looked at it like that.
Yeah.
I get angry most of the time when something goes wrong. But then if that is for a good cause or some reasons I'll have for that. But what this, like I got a choke lump in my throat.
Yeah. And that's because for you, getting angry is bad.
No. Getting angry is too much okay with me. But everybody gets it wrong.
No, but I'm just saying that in some way, you mean you got into a habit of getting angry and sometimes you enjoy that also, but it's not happiness, right?
No.
Right. So some way angry, getting angry, being angry is some state.
Yeah, it becomes a right.
Yeah, that it should not be. I mean, tomorrow your daughter gets angry. Is there something wrong with that?
No, she just gets angry and then 30 seconds she'll be different.
Very good. When she goes to school, that she will see teacher getting angry. Right?
Yeah.
And she'll make up things that, okay, good people don't get angry. Is it true? Good people don't get angry.
Not necessarily.
See, we have got so many downloadings about everything because we are always in the judgment of it. We're always trying to win some argument. We're not calm. We're not peaceful. We're not grounded because of that downloading. And these are wonderful conversations to start having with your daughter. Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know the answer of everything. Let's think about it. Let's talk about it and start engaging and stop judging. And you're afraid, Kaushik, that you will say something to your daughter which will hurt her. You're afraid of what am I going to say to this 5-year-old?
Yeah. No, she's more scared of me when I get angry. That scares me actually.
Yes.
That is really scary.
And you are scared that you'll get angry when she's only 5. Right? So just see, downloading is going on even before you talk to her. So it's so difficult to have a conversation with a 5-year-old because of our own downloading of fear. Nothing to do about it. Notice it and start getting curious. Why do you think that way? What is? Ask her questions. Get to understand her world. And tell her that there is no truth in this. Right? It's like you're not in control maybe sometimes when you get angry. But maybe you can get angry for useful things. Sometimes anger can be designed also. Anyway, let's not go into that. We'll stay with dialogue. How to have dialogue? Suspend, curious, compassion, courage.
That's all.
Right? Keep it light. Remember, when the downloading is happening, how are you feeling?
I told you tonight.
Afraid.
Yeah.
Afraid, scared, overwhelmed. And you want that experience more? You got so used to the experience of being overwhelmed and upset and fearful. You got used to it.
Yeah. You're always on the driving ourselves up the wall because of that.
Yeah. Just don't know how to be calm in the face of the downloading. And all I'm sharing with you from my experience is, can I start to calm down a little bit? Can I breathe a little bit? Let me try and get what their world is. Let them feel experience being heard. I read somewhere the biggest gift you can give somebody is to listen to them.
Yeah.
The biggest gift in the world, more than crores of rupees, is they feel heard. They feel that you got what they said.
Yeah,
that gives them life.
And if you don't understand somebody, that also scares me. And if somebody doesn't understand me, that also kind of angers me. I mean, it's all weird actually. I don't know. It's like programmed kind of a thing of myself like that.
Yeah. It's all in that world. And like I was sharing with Veena, there's one aspect is we want to transform our perception about what they are saying. Transform our perception about them. The next stage is to transform our relationship to ourselves. Like you got labeled, you have already given Kaushik some nice label. Kaushik is like that only. Right? And you don't like that Kaushik a lot of the time.
I keep saying that when I hate myself when I talk to you, something like I usually say that.
Yeah. And it's time to transform that. So that's, Manoj has just given me the dates. February 19th, 20th and 6 sessions. Transforming Self, LFEF2. This is the next level. In this workshop, you not only transform self, you step into the future. So right now, when you are doing all this work of transforming perception, you're letting go of the downloading and you're getting present to what is in front of you. In the LFEF2, which is transforming self, you let go of the self, the old self, the downloading self. You let go of that fellow also. So that now even you are now in the now and the situation is in the now. And then together you step into the future and you start to create an intention, a vision. And then that intention and vision that you create, you throw it away and create another one. And then you throw it away and create another one. And you keep working on creating a vision and intention until you crystallize it. And you don't do it in your head. In this workshop, you don't create the intention and possibility and everything in your head. You do create something in your head, but then you have to go out in the world and you have to dialogue with people. And in our conversations with all the stakeholders in our life, we will find some way to crystallize that vision. That vision will not be Kaushik's vision. That vision will be the world's vision as well as your vision. वो दुनिया का vision होगा. It will be the whole world's vision. In this workshop, you sense that future. You sense that future that the world wants. You sense it. And then you share that with more people. And then slowly, slowly, you keep working on that and keep throwing away the past and creating a fresh, throwing away the past, creating a new one. So it's a whole space where there is no ego. You actually create an eco vision. And not only you create the eco vision, you and your society, you and your stakeholders, you together create that vision. So it's an eco creating the eco vision. That's the next course. It's on February 19th and 20th. And the fees is the same. We are not charging more money. Whatever this fees is of the last course, same fees. 250 pounds to 25,000 plus tax. Yeah. We've been designing it now for the last 4 weeks. Ferdy, Manoj, myself, we've been having meetings regularly. And we're getting deeper and deeper into it. And I can tell you this, I got goosebumps that I'm not transforming. Me and the world together, we are transforming. Me and my surroundings, we are together transforming. How can that be done? Impossible. Never thought about it. Like it's like out of my paradigm of whatever I know about transformation, which I've studied for the last 28 years. After 28 years of transformation work, I'm seeing, okay, there's another possibility. Like way beyond my ego. Great, Kaushik. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Sounds
okay,
like the
let's take, yeah.
life. No, sounds like 10 life.
Yes, absolutely. It's about this enlightenment and this, whatever it is. It's just great stuff. The word is non-duality. Okay, let's take a one-line sharing. What are you getting from this workshop, today's session? What are you getting? What is your takeaway? Let's start with Sanjay.
Yes. So I have written down 3 names and I need to have courage. I need to have compassion. I need to have curiosity, and I need to let go of my judgment, my point of view. So that's the practice I am taking on. I'll do it with 3 people and then with more and more people.
You have the courage, you have the curiosity, you have the compassion, you have the people. So you need what? You don't need anything. You've got everything. I'm going to do it.
Yes.
Sanjay, you will do it. Don't worry about it. You don't need to have anything. You've got everything.
Got it.
Okay, great. What's there for you home? Home Natakan. What's opened up in this session?
For this session, right? I present about the process within mind when I have listened to someone or have a conversation with someone, right? It's always be a judgment, like I'm agree or disagree all the time, which is I can't stop. Okay. However, I can catch it. I aware it that this is the way that I listen to them, and I move back into what possible in that conversation and listen from that stand and letting go all the judgment that I have all the time. Yeah, this is what I present from the conversation you have in this room.
Fabulous. And if you practice curiosity, you will practice dialogue.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? This is where curiosity comes.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I don't think there is a single person who can tell you in 1 or 2 sentences everything they want to say.
Right.
Right? So we need to give them more time.
Yes.
Right? And the only way they will get that time is if we are curious.
Yes.
And that will give us the victory over all of them. Great. Thank you for sharing over.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on and participating. Yes. Someone else. What are you seeing from this session? Vinod, welcome. Long time no see.
But I've experienced LFEF as a permanent part of my ecosystem, whether we meet or do not meet, because what I experienced in this flow here stays with me. So if I may, I'll just share where I am right now.
Please.
I just came from an ongoing dialogue, which has been going on over nearly 16 months. This is all about the flow of the river and the well-being of the river.
Yes.
When I came here, I was looking at this. The river holds us together in there because we have a conversation with the river, and she changes constantly. So no downloading is possible. She keeps on breaking our downloads. I felt that over here, most of the people were speaking of family for whatever reason, and the flow of family, the health of the flow of the family as an interaction, as a resonance between people who live together is as precious as the flow of the river. And two of the people said that they have gone to provide food or care to family members who have COVID. So I thought this brought me to the present where I am. From the river, I switched on to a present where the flow of the threat to our health. I think while we are speaking here about the resonance of our families, I looked at my family. 3 brothers, we live together in a city, and I felt that during the time of crisis, all these differences are going off. And around the river of health, we are all rushing together. We are all rushing together. So I feel is it a crisis which leads people to forget their downloads and the differences? It's just a thought.
Yes.
I'm not leading from here to anywhere. Now here I felt, no, beyond this, my mentor Vivek, Manoj, you are here, and Ferdy, as totally present for me as so I have been with you every day. So what I felt is, what is the river that these 3 and this family is resonating to? And I felt this is the river of resonating together. That's it. Someone may be negative, positive, fine, these are labels. Unless we sit together, we don't resonate. And when we resonate, whether we judge or not, the resonance reaches us. If we keep the dialogue on, the magic of dialogue, I think that's what you started with. That's the title which invited me here. If we keep the dialogue on, as long as we do that, I have reached a trust. Thanks to Vivek, Manoj, Ferdy, I have reached the trust that anyone who does anything in the dialogue is for the goodness of the resonance. So I try to see what is emerging from this. And that's not a conclusion. What is emerging from this is I wrote 6 pages of notes while this was going on. I didn't go back to the earlier notes. I didn't go back there. I came to what is my thoughts now, and I managed to express that. Once more, my gratitude to you, Vivek, Manoj, Ferdy, and the whole group. Of course, they're resonating, co-creating with us. I'm sure Vivek, Manoj, and Ferdy have also resonated and refined the process. I see as resonating together, leading to synergy, but not necessarily synergy. There might be differences on one day, but this is a refinement process going on here, which seems to be with the human relationship with nature. Because Vivek, I'll conclude with this. Others have to speak. That when we are looking at the river, we are looking at the river as a person, as a mother. And today I was with Kundalika, Agrani, and Ramnadi rivers. And I felt that when we sit with a family, we sit with the river also. And she has been flowing for us, and how much are we flowing for her? So from ego to eco, I think we have to now acknowledge that the earth is an individual with whom we are in conversation. And in the resonance of these two, the co-creation that you spoke of for, February, I really think I'm resonating to that. I'm so glad. With your permission, I'll say a small prayer, because when we go to this resonance, we'll end up saying some prayer. With your permission, if I may.
Please.
If I may. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrutyorma Amrutam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Mother Earth, I speak as one of the weak human beings to you, that we have disturbed your peace and we shall not have peace inside us till we restore your peace back to you. I think that is where we are going. I think so. And Mother Earth is guiding us somehow. Thank you so much. It's a blessing to be here. Manoj, Vivek, I cannot say how glad I am that I could come over here today. Really,
So nice.
God bless you for what you do. I have gained so much from this. Thank you so much.
And God bless you for what you do. You're saving India. You're saving the earth for all of us. Cleaning the rivers and making sure that the children are learning how to be responsible for our environment. You have impacted millions and millions of people in India. Thank you so much for what you are doing. Keep it up, please. And we are your partners. Let's take quickly a few more sharings.
Vivek, I have a couple of announcements before.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
No more sharings. SK is taking over.
I'll just take a minute. Three announcements I want to make for your benefit. One is there's a similar session tomorrow Vivek is leading, 4 to 6. There it's for all external people, so you can invite all your friends, colleagues, anybody to the session. And then the link is, I think, will be shared again today in the alumni group. So you can forward
same link, yeah.
Yeah, you can invite them. Okay, the same link also can be forwarded. That's one thing. Second thing is, another good news is that there's a Hindi Theory U program being launched on February 5th and 6th. And Nilesh Surana is going to lead it. Nilesh Surana, for some of you are connected with the landmark
February 12th, 13th.
Sorry, February 12th, 13th. Yeah, sorry, February 12th, 13th. Some of you would have connected landmark communication program. He was a communication course leader. So he's going to lead this theory in Hindi. And not only Hindi, it's English. Hindi and English together. So
Ian Manoj.
Ian Manoj. And those of you have any people who earlier said, I'm not very comfortable with English. English is okay. You can invite them to participate. Third is, all of us are available for coaching. Okay, you need any coaching, personal coaching for yourself, your life, and what you have to deal with, what you would accomplish, right? We are available to you. So you can also ping us personally and then request for coaching. That's also available. So these are three things that I want to share. And okay, you have another 3 minutes. You can go and share now.
Okay, so who else would like to share? What are you getting from this conversation? What are you taking on for yourself in your life from this conversation?
For me, Vivek, one thing which you shared just recently is that listening, the biggest gift of listening in a dialogue, while suspending my downloading. That's what I'm taking on.
Wonderful. And be curious. My suggestion is, if you be curious, you'll listen. The access to getting that person to empty the cup. See, look at the other people. They're full. They're full to the brim. They've got lots of rubbish inside their head. Let them take it out. Empty their cup. Khali kar do unko. And you see that they feel close to you. They'll start behaving with you in a different way. It's the biggest gift you can give people. Just practice curiosity. Deep listening. Thank you for sharing, Uppa. Thank you for coming. Someone else?
I'll take a minute to share. I am really touched, moved, and inspired by each and every one of the sharings here. So, Vivek, thank you for establishing and recreating this whole dialogue. But to each and every one of you, like, I heard myself in what Vikas was saying, or what Demant was saying, or what Kaushik was saying, or like what Vinod and what Veena were saying. So it was a wonderful session, and I'm grateful to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaishali. Thank you so much. Yes. Who's left? Who hasn't spoken? Anybody left? Kaushik, anything? Last words? Vikas, any last words?
Yeah, this, what I got out of today is that dialogue is a collaborative world. I thought it was just one way, like people had to listen to me. It's like a co-creation is basically a collaborative. It's not just one, me and the world there or something like that. It's all together. The whole world rotates.
Absolutely. And remember, your cup is full, their cup is full. If you want your stuff to go in their cup, first you have to let them empty their cup. No. नहीं तो आप जो देना चाहते हैं, they don't have any space for it. When they share with you, then somehow a little bit of their cup gets empty. So let people get into their world, get them to empty their cup. That'll be great. Yes, Vikas. Last person.
Yeah. Basically, the downloading which I am having for myself, I would like to be aware to it, and I have to practice it with myself also first. Second thing is when I think that how others should behave with me, you said. So I have to also see from their perspective and their thought of viewpoints, everything. And if I like myself, then others will also like. So that is my takeaway mainly, that the other person's perspective, their world, I have to be into that also. And every time the new things by letting go.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Keep practicing. Up till this session and up till now, the left side of the U was only for transforming your perception about them. Okay. And tomorrow's introduction, that is the same session for all the guests, is about that, for them to be able to transform their perception about others and about situations. And this transforming self is another monster. It is another big challenge. We have got lots of stuff in our heads which we haven't dealt with. And that's why we're designing that February 19th level 2 program, which is transforming self. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Really, it'll be great to have, if you have your guests there tomorrow. You're welcome to join also tomorrow. If you'd like to come again, bring those tough stakeholders with you on that call. It's from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's the same link. And of course, we'll also post it in the alumni group. Yes, next alumni session is on the second Friday. And you must have all got some invitation. It's on the second Friday. And every session is going to be something for you. That is, please suggest to us, what are you struggling with? What are you dealing with? What do you want as coaching in our alumni session? Send it to me, send it to SK, send it to us so that we can design the session to serve you. Okay? So if you want anything, every alumni session is for you. If you are the alumni, the session is for you. So you have a right to demand, I want this in the alumni. I need that. Please help me with this. Coach me in that. Okay? SK, anything else?
That's it. That's it. See you around.
Bye. Thank you, Vivek. Thank you, SK and Manoj.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Vivek.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
You all. Goodbye.